Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris with the Nimnik Sports Update, powered by Budweiser. So the Jaguars have fallen to 1-5. Nobody expected them to beat the Steelers outside of that locker room. But it's a team that after 6 games, a lot of people did think was going to be 3-3 with wins against Carolina and Cincinnati. But that didn't happen. And there's an awful lot of talk about Jack Del Rio's job at this point. There was a point in that Pittsburgh game that if it went the wrong way, the lead story the next day might have been Del Rio's resignation or firing by Wayne Weaver. But on 1st and 2, with the score already 14-0, the Jaguars' defense held them to a field goal and then played very well for the rest of the game. Some of it may have been a result of Greg Jones's fight in the touchdown drive for the Jaguars in the second half. Some of it just might have been better effort. But whatever it is, it certainly saved the Jaguars from some sort of embarrassment at Pittsburgh, which they seem to be headed for. But they lose, and that's really the bottom line. And it's a results-oriented league. Gabbert is winless as a starter. Del Rio, who had told us that this was going to be a good football team, now has a losing record as the Jaguars head coach and has a team that's 1-5 overall. They play Baltimore this week, which is a winnable game for the Jaguars, even though a lot of people are picking the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl. The matchup is good for Jacksonville, and you can beat the Ravens and not score a lot of points if your defense plays very well. That's one thing that can happen against Baltimore. We'll talk about that more as the week goes on, but nonetheless, this is a critical week, as is the following week at Houston for Jack Del Rio and the entire team. It doesn't appear that they are playoff bound, but the AFC South is so bad at this point that anything can happen to any team that gets hot. By the bye week, though, at 1-7, the Jaguars would be eliminated, and certainly Wayne Weaver would have some assessment to do. Lots of other things going on. Of course, both Florida and Georgia have the week off as they prepare for their annual clash at the stadium. We'll talk more about that as we get a little bit closer, and the World Series begins on Wednesday. St. Louis and Texas. It's worth the price of admission just to see Albert Pujols and Josh Hamilton go to the plate, two of truly the best hitters of our time. And they're not even the best hitters on their respective teams in the postseason this year. Should be a lot of runs scored in this World Series. I'm Sam Kavaris, and that's the Nimnik Sports Update, powered by Budweiser.